Hi, and welcome to watercolor postcard painting. The first project we're going to do in watercolor postcard painting is painting a landscape. For this, we're going to need to choose a landscape that we like, whether that's looking online on Google and finding a landscape that has a straight horizon line, or it could be a photo that you've taken, or it could be something outside your house, and you'll just have to put it into that box. And you want enough interesting information to make it an interesting painting. So the first thing you're going to do to start this is you're going to begin with a sketch. And the sketch is giving you really basic guidelines of where you're going to put some of these objects in your scene. So with this sketch, I'm going to choose first the farthest thing away from me, which will be mountains and maybe some clouds. And then in front of that, I might have something more interesting in my mid-ground, possibly some water, some islands. And then in my foreground, which is the closest to me, that I might have some plants or some kind of rocks or something that kind of pops out of the corners or something. Okay, so I'm about to begin my landscape drawing, but just like in your instructions, I'm going to break this into 3 sections where I'm able to put my background, midground, and foreground. Just, you know, it could be a really basic, super duper light line. And we want these super light so we can erase them. Alright, so my step with beginning painting is to start with a wash. And for starting with a wash, what I mean is painting water on top. And so I'm going to use my larger brush for this. I'm just going to get it wet, and I will carefully begin painting. All right, for my next step, I'm going to switch to a smaller brush, mostly because I like smaller brushes, and I want to go around kind of the edge of my mountains here, just to kind of create a border line, and then above that I can paint a little bit faster. So I'm going to get my brush wet, and I'm going to go with our classic blue for the sky. And it's important to kind of prime your colors and really get your palette wet and mix them about first, because you can either get a little bit of color on your brush, or you can get a lot of color on your brush. And if you want a color that's rich and bright like the one in the palette, then you're going to need to stir it a lot and really soak your brush with color. For this, I don't think I want a super duper bright blue. So I'm gonna go back to my water, and I'm gonna get some of that color out of my brush. Then I'm gonna go back and add that color to my sky. Okay, for this next area, the mountains, I'm going to use green, and I'm still going to use my large brush for this, but that's up to you. Okay, again, I'm mixing it a bunch, but I don't need it super duper green. I'm going to get some of that green out, and here we go. So I think I'm going to start some color mixing. And I'm going to take some of my blue and I'm going to add it up here in the lid of my palette to mix. I think I might want some brown in there maybe too. Okay, so I'm going to add some blue into this region here, my mid. Since this is paint and not pencil, I can't erase anything, but something I can do to try to make it better is I can take my paper towel and don't rub, but just kind of dab it. Okay, once you've gotten these other washes down and covered most of your scene, you're going to work out your details and do some of those finer brushwork things. So when you're painting some of these things, especially in the foreground, the area closest to you, you're going to want to think about lines and texture and how those things you can make in nature look like those things on your paper. Once you're pretty happy with the details going on in there, that's the point we need to really let it dry. And I can't say this enough. Let it dry, go back with the detail brush again, let it dry, go back with the detail brush again. Okay, and your final step here is to wait for it to dry and then come back with your fine tip brush and work in some details and go over some of those colors that you want to pop more, to be more rich. And you can keep going back and layering over and over again to darken up colors. And you can even kind of move around some of the color that's already on there with a wet brush. And that should finalize your watercolor postcard drawing.